If you love Baltimore sports, you'll love WNST.net.
Ciarrochi doing some Baltimore sports radio. Go for it, Dan.
All right. You are listening to WNST AM 1570. We never stop talking sports, and this is the Baltimore Sports Media Superstar Competition. I'm Dan Ciarrochi. You can follow me on Twitter at PFF_Dan. That PFF stands for Pro Football Focus, and so let's focus on a little bit of football then. We're in between mini camp and training camp. For July, we've got kind of that lull, but this is a good time to kind of reflect on everything that happened last year, and it's also good to kind of go forward for this year. So with that said, everybody wants to know, do the Ravens have what it takes to repeat? Can they be champs? And the first thing, what dominated the headlines early on is, what's their roster going to look like? You know, you saw that they had their pains and aches in 2012, getting new offensive coordinators, kind of overhauling that entire system pretty much 3/4 of the way through, and it somehow, by some grace, turned out so well. You couldn't have asked for a better finish to the season, obviously. But now you've got a lot of stuff going on, a lot of moving parts on defense. You have Ray Lewis gone, the heart and soul of that team. Ed Reed, veteran presence, gone. Paul Kruger, who really stepped up while Terrell Suggs was getting better, he's gone. So that leaves a lot of people with a what now? But, you know, I don't think that they could have positioned themselves better to have coped with those losses than what they did in this offseason. Paul Kruger is making big money in Cleveland now. And to replace him, you get a proven guy like Elvis Dumervil for 2 years, $12 million, less than half of what Kruger's making now. I would take my chances with that. You're going to get that pass rush productivity. As for Ray Lewis, you don't even like to talk about replacing him. You don't talk about somebody who was just literally the pulse of that team for so long. You don't talk about who's going to be the next guy to kind of assume that role of leadership. That's a once-in-a-generation player. That's a once-in-a-generation presence. However, in the draft, they went and got this kid named Arthur Brown, who people are going to know for a very long time. In my opinion, he was the best linebacker in the draft. They got him in the second round. He's a 3-down guy, can cover, has incredible angles that he takes, incredible discipline. He doesn't get fooled very often, which is very rare for a young kid. Biggest thing that stuck out to me for him, just go back, watch some tape, Kansas State versus Baylor 2011, against a quarterback named RG3, Robert Griffin III. He flushes Griffin out of the pocket. Brown chases him down in the backfield, which doesn't sound like much, but when you think of a quarterback with 4.4 speed, for a linebacker to chase him down is something special and rare. And that's what Brown flashed all the time in college, and that's what you're going to get as a pro. And then what about the secondary? You have Reed gone, you have Pollard gone. People can't discount that. But Michael Huff is going to be a very, very good replacement. As is rookie Matt Elam out of Florida, a physical guy. And what you're going to see a lot of is expect to see Huff come down, cover those big physical tight ends. He can play corner. He can guard the slot if need be. Elam is he's a little undersized, but he's so aggressive, he plays much bigger than he actually is. And you're going to have that physical replacement for Pollard down the road with him. Now, those are more long-term replacements, but there's still a lot of talent on that team. And what the NFL has proved to us time and time again is you don't always have to be a powerhouse to win it all. You just have to be good enough. You just have to be competitive enough. Ravens had an incredible postseason last year, but no one's going to say that they were a regular season powerhouse. Remember, they were one Matt Castle fumble away from the goal line to losing to the Chiefs, you know. But the New York Giants, they won it all after getting outscored for that entire season. The Ravens, they won it all. We know exactly what happened. So, while they may not be that powerhouse, they're certainly going to be in great position to move forward. And I think that's what needs to be focused on right now. And it's going to be an exciting season to come. So that's going to be it for me for right now. Again, I'm Dan Ciarrochi. You can follow me on Twitter at PFF_Dan. And Ness, thanks a lot for having me.
If you love Baltimore sports, you'll love WNST.net.